Nick, that looked brutal just watching. How was it out on the track?
Yeah, look, it was pretty brutal. I've literally just come off the track, so excuse me for the red face and pretty hot. So yeah, it was a really solid session. We started an hour early to try and sort of beat the heat, but I think it was pretty impossible today. But yeah, it was a really good session, and we still got a fair bit out of it. So really wanted to attack it and not worry about the heat, and just go along as business as usual.
And how have you settled into the club so far?
Yeah, really well. I've really loved my time here so far. They've been so welcoming, and obviously coming from Sydney was a big move, and sort of didn't know what to expect coming to a new club, but I've been really pleasantly surprised about how upbeat it is and professional it is, and yeah, they have really good standards, and I've been really impressed. And obviously having Jack Russell come across from Hawthorn's been awesome as well, and yeah, can't speak highly enough of the impact he's had on the group and sort of the standards that he's brought across from Hawthorn. Yeah, we've really raised that from all reports, so yeah, it's been nice.
Obviously you get to watch opposition players from afar, but who's really impressed you now that you've been in here and watching them out on the track close up?
Yeah, oh look, there's so many guys, so many young, talented players we've got here, and so many of them show flashes of brilliance at training, and some guys have really stepped up in their consistency. Guys like Samo Petreski-Seaton, he's one that's really stood out. He's really improved his running, and he's moving across the ground really well. Zach Fisher, yeah, does some really freakish things at training, and even our big boys down forward. Big Harry Mackay's had a really good pre-season. Obviously Charlie, everyone knows what he can do, and then Gov, from the bits and pieces we've seen, has been really impressive, and then even through to the guys like Cripper. He obviously leads from the front, but he's dropped a few kilos, and he's moving really well, so I've been impressed with a lot of guys.
Do you learn a bit more about your teammates on days like today when it's 44 degrees?
Yeah, I guess so. It really does test the mental side, probably as much as the physical side, and yeah, you really find out about some certain guys that really dig in, and the blessing is we've got so many of those guys at the moment. We've got a pretty healthy list. A lot of guys are out there training and have really good numbers. I think we had 17 on 17 today, and so many guys are out there on the track, so it's been nice.
So you had pressure with down back with Sam going down, obviously a couple of months ago now. The back six, is there bad pressure for you guys jumping into 2019 now?
Oh look, we're not looking at it sort of as added pressure. It is what it is. Unfortunately, it's part of footy, and every club goes through guys that have injuries, and you know, we're really looking forward to having Doc down there, and he's such a leader down there, but we still really back the guys we've got down there. You look at Daisy and Simo, they're two of the most experienced on our list, so having those guys down there, and even someone like Lockie Plowman, who was in our leadership group last year, we've got a lot of guys down there that can share the load, so we're sort of not looking at it as added responsibility or pressure on us. We've just got to spread the load between us, which we back.
You met as a group to sort of talk about how you might have to adjust with Sam going down, or is it business as usual?
Yeah, no, we haven't met and spoke about it. We sort of don't want to have to rely on Doc if he was playing. We didn't want to have to rely on him to do it all. So for us, it's the back group. Whoever get picked every week, they've all got to do it. And for us, the standards at the footy club is you've all got to talk and communicate and be those leaders and voice from the back. Especially, it's more important from the back half. So yeah, you're sort of expected to do it no matter who you are.
He's probably pretty focused on his rehab at the moment, but is he still spend a lot of time with you guys and talk about what roles you can play? Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, his mental toughness is enormous, and you could probably be excused for having a week or two off and going and having his own time, but he didn't. He had his time off that he needed to post-surgery, and he was straight back in here. I couldn't have been more impressed with how he handled it, and didn't make it about him or sulk. He was straight in here, doing extra vision, speaking to guys, being out on the track as a coach. So it's a credit to him, and I think everyone sort of knows the character he is. Obviously, having a year off and still being voted in as captain obviously speaks volumes. So yeah, he's been enormous, and for me as well, just to learn the game plan and get different bits and pieces off him. He's been great for me.
Your role changed this year as opposed to last year at Sydney?
Look, not too much. I think I might spend a little bit more time at half back, but I do back myself to still have an impact in the midfield, whether that be inside or wing. So I like to be flexible anyway, and I think most of our half backs can push up onto a wing. Talking about Simo and Tom Williamson and Daisy. So I'll obviously sort of float between half back and the midfield, I think.
It was a while ago now, but do you remember where you were on that trade night? 'Cause I think the move taking to Carlton sort of went down to the last couple of minutes. Were you a bit nervous at one stage?
Yes, I was a little bit nervous. I remember where I was. I was at my girlfriend's place, back on the Mornington Peninsula, and I thought it would go through, but until it was officially done, I was a little bit nervy. So I think it was about 5 minutes to go in the trade period, so they left it as late as possible. But it was just really relieved once it got done, and could really sort of plan what I was doing and really get into it once I got here.